But what I know is I'm feeling just fine.
My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. How many times can mom break your heart? So yesterday, my lady sends me a clip of Erica Mena having kind of a breakdown for her and Safari's issues on Love and Hip Hop. And then subsequently, Dennis Sperling posts a link of Love and Hip Hop, and Scrappy goes off on his mom, talk about how he was raised in a trap house and in a whorehouse and the stuff that he has to deal with mentally because of his upbringing. And I get on and then I see Fox Soul has a talk about it while I'm headed to the gym this morning. And it's like they let this woman off the hook, right? And what I mean is she had to do what she had to do to provide for her kids and her family because that's the way she had to do it. And part of Scrappy was saying was, I'm not like this. I'm looking for something different because she said because of how she got treated. And he's like, no, because of your lifestyle. And what people skip over, and I'm glad on a clip from Fox Soul, I think Funky Dineva said it, like, Scrappy's mother got a degree, went to college, got a degree, and was a nurse. She wound up being the first lady of a church, and she left that and chose to be a pimp and a drug dealer. So this idea that, she just had to do what she had to do to take care of her kids, it's some bull. But I just had to put that out there for this particular video because here's the issue. How many times? Like, we have this issue where mothers can do no wrongs and fathers can be completely stripped out of the picture of their kids' lives. And nobody asks, like, how many heartbreaks are you supposed to take from your mother? Like, seriously, how many times is she supposed to disrespect you? How many times is she supposed to use you? How many times is she supposed to sabotage you? How many times is she supposed to use you for her best interest? How many times is she supposed to manipulate you? How many times is she supposed to steal from you? Because everybody still has, that's your mama because she's your mother. And it's like, okay, your point. Like, I was sitting there thinking while I was listening to the Fox Soul thing. Like, do you realize the hypocrisy in this? Like, if your dad went to school and became a doctor and left being a doctor and was married to a woman, to a nice church-going woman, and divorced her, stopped being a doctor, and became a pimp and a drug dealer and raised the kids in that house, would anybody go, he was just doing what he had to do because he was a father and he was trying to survive to feed his kids? No, they would say he's a goofy-ass dummy who jeopardized his kid's life because he wanted to live some fantasy street lifestyle. So he could have did it on his own. He left a good job. He went to school for nothing. He left a good wife. Because if you've seen Scrappy's dad and his mom, two completely different people. So the bar that people have for a mother being able to screw over her kids is very, very high. Very high. That's why I used to talk about the Tupac line, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. That there is nothing you can do there's no amount of heartbreak that you can do to your kids that somebody has to hold you accountable for. And then if you get grown and you start cussing, don't cuss around me. You had this dude in a trap house and a whorehouse, and you almost 60 talking about, don't cuss around me, don't disrespect me, I'm still your mama. Man, okay. And for all the people who think these type of antics are okay, because I'm using an extreme case that was on television and social media, but there are a lot of moms out here that are horrible people. And it's funny how a lot of you grow up and you forgive your mama for everything she did, but you don't want to be around her. And you don't want to raise your kids that same way either. But she gets this forgiveness. And you same people, a lot of y'all, even with y'all quote unquote deadbeat dads, they ain't done half the damage that your present mom have done. They might have broke your heart at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. You wrote them off for life. But from birth to 18, you was getting smacked around and disrespected and backstabbed by your mama, but you was like, that's my mama. My mama. And this goes to show you how far this stuff will go. Like, this is not a mother who loved her kids, man. You know what I'm saying? So even with the ladies and the females and female empowerment, even females don't even talk to other females about you a horrible mom. You know, you're not a good person, but I'm going to empower you and act like this didn't happen. So at that point, whose fault is it? Because y'all enable this behavior, y'all enable your kids to get hurt all the time, and you enable your friends to hurt their kids all the time. And hey, you can just do it an infinite amount of time, because if it all fails, we can always blame a man for it. That's some sucker stuff, man. But y'all tell me, how many times can mom break your heart before you can actually respond? But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.